that you're going to be seeing tonight have been through here, they know. Australia wrestling fans are some of the greatest wrestling fans in the entire world. And from all of us to all of you watching in Australia, thank you for joining us. Fasten your seatbelt. Get ready for the next 2 hours of total non-stop action.
And welcome everyone to NWA TNA. Hello down under in Australia. It's time for 2 hours of live, total non-stop action featuring the stars of the National Wrestling Alliance and, yes, Vince Russo's Sports Entertainment Extreme.
The opening contest for NWA Total Non-Stop Action is scheduled for one fall and is a six-man X Division Tag Team match. About to make their way to the ring, first of all, David Young from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Sharkboy, and Jimmy Yang.
Well, especially to those of you in Australia, I'm sure you have read all about the X Division, and now it's time for you to be introduced to the most revolutionary concept in professional wrestling. Let's turn them loose.
And their opponents from Brooklyn, New York, Joel, Jose, and the Amazing Red, the S.A.T.
And what better way for X Division action than a six-man tag team match? The trio from Brooklyn, New York, the SATs, the Maximo brothers, Joel and Jose, along with Amazing Red, against the unique trio, Sharkboy, David Young, and Jimmy Yang. And here we go.
Oh, I'll tell you what an amazing way to start. 6 of the best athletes that we have ever seen here at TNA, all in the ring at one time. The Amazing Red, his cousins, Jose and Joel Maximos, Jimmy Yang, David Young, and Sharkboy.
And here we go, Amazing Red, headed to the top. He's going to fly, as well as the Maximo. Triple covers off the top. Barely get a 1 count, but right back to the action, and immediately SATs hit the double drop kick.
Well, one thing I've noticed right from the start, Mike, is that Amazing Red and the SATs have worked together so many times. Here he goes! That's the Amazing Red!
Elevated by his own tag team partner, 22-year-old Joel Maximo, just sent Amazing Red over the top, crashing down into the opposition on the arena floor. Back in the ring is Sharkboy. Joel has him up. Where's he going to take him from this point? Oh, he's going to have Amazing Red.
Oh, no, you gotta be kidding me.
Off the top rope.
And landed on his feet.
Turns him over to Jose, the youngest of this trio. And Amazing Red as well, as they triple team on Sharkboy. But I tell you what, it is snowy and cold outside. Just amazing when you look around the TNA Asylum that we have this kind of a crowd with the snow outside. But I'll tell you what, Don, it is hotter than hell inside the TNA Asylum.
Capacity here, snow falling, and it is action in the middle of the ring as Amazing Red is back and going crazy.
Right, Amazing Red, well, quick cover now, and a 2 count on Sharkboy. Amazing Red and both of the SATs, both of the Maximos, just back from extensive tour of the Orient from Japan, and you know that Amazing Red was scheduled for an X-title match. On last week's program, his tour schedule in Japan did not allow him to come back, but we understand, talking to NWA matchmakers, Amazing Red is in line for an X Division title match very shortly.
Well, of course, with what's happened last week with, Vince Russo getting to choose the matches. Amazing Red just going to have to wait in line like everybody else.
Right.
But he will get a shot.
Yeah, yet to come tonight, that big announcement from Vince Russo.
Oh, I can hardly wait.
There are 3 title matches tonight on this Night of Champions. But bottom line, because of the stipulations involved in the match last week, Vince Russo gets to pick the opposition, gets to pick the opponents for all 3 of the champions, and we'll find out from Russo later tonight who will be competing in those 3 title bouts.
I'll tell you what, I miss Jimmy Yang. Was that incredible? Of course, one of the original members of the Flying Elvis, travels a lot in Japan. It is so great to see him back home here at NWA TNA. An incredible talent he is.
Walks right up the chest of Jose Maximo, then puts a series of shoulder blocks into the chest, into the midsection of Maximo. Picks him back up, and look at this. Gonna elevate him up in the air.
No.
Maximo able to float over. Oh, nailed him with the enziguri.
Beautiful, beautiful kick right there. What an interesting matchup this is. Sharkboy, Jimmy Yang, and David Young. The brute strength of David Young and how impressive he's been. Of course, the high-flying acrobatics of Jimmy Yang, and just the tenacity and the steadiness of Sharkboy. What a great combo, I think.
Yeah, makes for a perfect six-man tag as we kick off this week's edition of NWA TNA. Great impact in the corner. You saw Joel Maximo charging across the ring. It's the German suplex, goes for the bridging cover and gets a 2 count.
I'll tell you what, these guys have come out ready to go. What a great way to start NWA TNA. I mean, this is what total non-stop action is all about, Mike.
Yeah, and for you fans down in Australia, I know you're enjoying it with us. I want to remind you, of course, so many great long-time NWA fans in Australia. Guys dating back to the days when Jim Barnett was the promoter in Australia. Famous names like Mario Milano, Mark Lewin, that were such big stars in Australia through the years, and it's great for NWA TNA to get the exposure down under. Elevation that time by David Young, sending Joel Maximo back first, right into the top turnbuckle. Also want to mention, we saw at the top of the program that tribute to the original Sheik, Ed Farhat, who just passed away within the past couple of days. Of course, the Sheik's nephew, Sabu, appeared on several NWA TNA events as Amazing Red. Just hit the DDT on David Young, quickly hooks the leg, quickly goes for the cover, but just gets a 2 count.
Oh, I'll tell you what, Amazing Red right now. Great to see him back. There was a possibility he would have had a chance to be the X Division champion. He's going to have to wait his time, but that doesn't keep him from being any less aggressive in the ring. And I've noticed something here, Mike, and I don't know if anybody else has noticed it, but the left hand, Red has been holding his left hand awkwardly from the beginning of the match. I think he hit it wrong somewhere.
Well, that time, Sharkboy on the offensive out of the corner mount with Amazing Red. Quickly follows up, and look at how Red is able to turn it around. The tenacity of this young man is just incredible. Fights back from the ring apron. Caught him with a right. He's going to spring off the top. Sharkboy thought the same thing. They both went for the drop kick. I think Sharkboy got the better of it.
He did.
Goes for the cover and gets a 2 count.
Well, these two have met before here at NWA TNA. And I'll tell you something, Red is becoming so popular and famous that for all these other X Division members that want to take him on, they study everything he does. And believe me, he's got a repertoire.
Red flips over. Great agility to land on his feet. Caught him with an enziguri right to the back of the head.
Look how he did that. He missed the first kick and came right around with the second one.
Or did he miss that first one on purpose to take Sharkboy out of his game and come up with a new move?
I don't know, buddy.
Only Red would know. To the ropes. Elevation that time by Jose Maximo on Sharkboy. Quick cover, lateral press, and a 2 count from referee Rudy Charles.
Oh, I love this action. This is action. Oh!
Was there a tag in that time?
Jimmy Yang thinks so. He's in the ring.
Great impact with the clothesline by Jimmy Yang.
Referee Rudy Charles said it's legal. Yang has got control.
Out to the floor.
Oh! Out of the rail.
Into the steel safety rail.
You know, I gotta be honest with you. You know, this is not one of those cut and dry like Sports Entertainment Extreme and the tradition. This is tough. You gotta root for all 6 of these because there's nothing you can talk about but sheer ability in this ring right now.
Jose Maximo trying to fight back, but Jimmy Yang has certainly turned the tide of this match in the favor of his team, and I wouldn't be surprised to see if they keep Jose Maximo on their side of the ring. David Young in off the double suplex, immediately goes for the pin attempt and gets another 2 count.
I'll tell you what, folks, you want to see some sheer power. Watch David Young right now. This guy, look up spine buster in the dictionary. You'll see his picture and watch a little bit. I'll tell you what, if he gets a hold of one, he should kill somebody out there.
David Young and another 2 count. You know, we've talked about this in the past. David Young is one of those individuals who has the extra weight, who has the size advantage that really works in the X Division. To those of you who don't really know that much about the X Division, it's a division, bottom line, without limits.
Right.
It's not about weight limits, ladies and gentlemen. It's about a certain style of wrestling, and you're seeing it from these 6 great competitors.
I'll tell you what, this has been total nonstop right from the start.
Sharkboy,
all 6 being
Hangman's
impressive.
Noose neckbreaker, quick cover, and another 2 count. Amazing series of near falls in this 6-man opener.
The younger Maximo brother fought his way out of that one. I'll tell you what, this is something.
You hear the fans here at the TNA Asylum.
You know,
firmly in their support of the SATs. They want a tag to get the fresh man in. And a tilt-a-whirl head scissors takeover might be the move to turn it around.
You're right, though. It is still a mixed crowd up there. There's a lot of Sharkboy fans. David Young is winning over a lot of fans. And, of course, everybody remembers Jimmy Yang previously with the Flying Elvises and then his own solo work. And just the acrobatic moves that he can do. You've got 6 great ones out there right now. Great young talent, the future.
You know what? I call it the present
Good
of
point.
NWA TNA. Now, Joel Maximo's in. The fresh man unleashing his fury. Knife edge chopped. To the ropes goes Sharkboy. Flea kick nailed him in the head.
Tell you what, Sharkboy needs to get a tag here. He's been taking the brunt of it right now. It's been one Maximo after the other, and earlier it was Red taking him on. He's got to get a tag here.
Another enziguri kick, this time by Joel. Elevation. Oh, brain buster. Spiked him. Dropped him on his head. Sharkboy in trouble. And I think Joel is headed to the top. Joel Maximo to fly.
Oh, the experience of Sharkboy came through right there.
Smart move that time by Sharkboy.
He'd had enough, Mike.
Last split second, he waited till Joel Maximo committed himself off the top, pulled out of the way, and the tag is in to the beef of the team, David Young.
Look at that. But look at the agility.
That's why he's in the X division.
Right, even for the size of him. Look at that. He just rolled right over his back. And here he goes. What a suplex there. Unbelievable power.
And David Young, I thought he was going for a take. Quickly, he's sprung to the top. Off the top for the cover. No, shoulder up. I don't think David Young can believe it.
I don't either. He has been so impressive in the last few weeks, hasn't he, Mike?
He's really turned it around. That focus now directly where it should be.
That's right.
Here in NWA TNA. Mid-ring collision. Down goes David Young. Down goes Joel Maximo.
You know, I've always thought David Young wasn't sure which direction he wanted to go, whether it was the heavyweight division or the X division, but it seems he's made a choice and he's comfortable with it. Got the tag.
I'm looking to the corner. I do not see Jose Maximo in the corner.
I don't either.
Is he down on the arena floor? Anyone know?
I don't know, but we've got 2 of the best in the business out in the middle right now.
Boot to the midsection by Red on Jimmy Yang.
Whoa!
Excellent counter with the arm drag by Red. Stopped him! Dropped him! Powerbomb! No! He kicked out! How did he kick out of that move? Gonna take him up into the air. Look at Red trying to counter!
He's fighting it!
And he's got him!
He's fighting it!
He's got him hooked with the submission move! David Young in to break it up. Spinebuster, as you mentioned earlier, and David Young just hit. Missile drop kick off the top by Maximo.
I just saw, if you look at the far right corner, I saw Jose
finally
got up off the ground. Unbelievable. Rankin survived that one. Oh, this is unbelievable. Sharkboy is back and ready. Oh, wait a minute.
Just as soon as he hits the move, he's the recipient of the clothesline from Jose Maximo, who goes springboard. Acai moonsault, caught him grazing on the way down.
As Sharkboy was getting up, he caught him. Oh, good move out of the way there.
Oh, amazing Red. Nails Jimmy Yang. Gonna try and follow it up now.
Oh,
Caught him with the DDT out of the corner. Jimmy Yang quickly
what
out.
a kick to the face.
Now Yang time. Go to the top for Yang time. Up on top.
Joel got in there, Mike.
Crouched him on the top. This is the opportunity for Red. Can Red put him away? What's he going to do here? Red headed up to the top. If he rolls through with a sunset flip, he calls it the code Red. Here he goes.
You gotta be kidding. What a match.
The winners of the match, the SAT.
That's exactly what it was. The code Red off the top after Jimmy Yang went up for the Yang time. An amazing Red and the SATs score quite a win as we kick things off in this great 6-man tag team X Division opener.
Wait a minute.
What?
What in the world?
Conan again. Came out of the crowd with that kendo stick. Why? What is the deal?
What is going
here with NWA TNA.
He is not a part of the card, Mike. He is not a part of the card. What is he
Local
doing?
Nashville area promoter Bert Prentice again, as well as Eddie Marlin, longtime promoter in the ring. And we finally get some police as well from the back.
This is the second week in a row, out of nowhere, nobody knowing he's here, has just come through with a kendo stick and demolished the people in the ring.
You know what this is about. You know exactly what this is about. You know what this is about.
What's the deal? He's pointing the stick at me.